All right, so we got a major announcement today of a movie that's still 2 years away. We got the title drop and the movie announcement that this movie's in production, Godzilla x Kong Supernova. Yep, that's right. The next big movie for the Monsterverse called Supernova, which is kind of a fascinating one. I also find it funny that every time we get a new Monsterverse movie, it's everyone thinks, oh, it's going to be Destroy All Monsters. It's going to be Destroy All Monsters or Extinction or some edgelord shit. I don't know. But Supernova was not in the. I don't think anyone was to quote like The Simpsons. I don't think anyone expected him to say that. So Supernova. Now we'll get into a bit of what that could mean, but yeah. So Godzilla x Kong, the Monsterverse on a whole has been very lucrative, and it's nice just to see, Godzilla just be in the big screen. Of course, we have Takeshi Yamazaki's upcoming Godzilla film coming soon. We have his sequel to -1. We'll see how that goes because, a certain giant orange turd in the White House decided to put tariffs on all movies because God knows that's he doesn't know how economy works, and this is also from the guy who bankrupted 3 casinos. Anyway, I'm going to step off my soapbox real fast. We're not here to hear that. We're here to talk about giant monsters. Not real life monsters. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So, getting back to what I was saying. This is really interesting, even though we know nothing. We did get a gimmick of text to you can text to Monarch directly, and get I don't know, kaiju updates or something. I don't know how it works. It's they've now set up a kaiju spot hotline, which is funny because they're not calling they're calling them kaiju. That's something I didn't think about till just now. They're calling them kaiju and not titans. So maybe we've moved on from calling them titans. So that's kind of neat, actually. I kind of like the fact that we're calling them kaiju instead of and not to say I didn't like calling them titans. It was a nice differential to be like, hey, titans are the American monsters, kaiju are the Japanese monsters. I thought that was a good difference. But the fact that we're getting official name kaiju, it's kind of neat. It's kind of funny. When I first saw this thing, I thought it was a thing for a new mobile game. I can't be the only one who thought that, right? When it was we got that announcement of, hey, text, get texts here, and I was like, oh, cool, another Godzilla Kong mobile game. How neat. But then I realized now in production, I'm like, what? And then it got, this is the name of the movie. So, yeah. So just a couple thoughts from here on out. We're gonna just base it. That's all we really have is that the movie's in production now. If anything, to go on with Marvel movies, the subtitle could change. That's going back to the name Supernova. It could be called something else. By the end of it, maybe they'll change the title because God knows Agatha and Thor had so many changes. Anyway. But let's talk about some stuff of what this could mean, starting with the title, Supernova. Now, I'm a proponent of, always seeing new monsters in the Monsterverse and also expanding Godzilla and, more importantly, Kong's Rogues Gallery and the other monsters on a whole. The thing of it is that this really does feel like we're going to be getting more of a cosmic side. With a name like that, you can't help but think, you can't help but go, this feels a little cosmic-y for me. This really does feel like kind of a cosmic story. So this might be where we get a new cosmic monster or the reintroduction of a classic cosmic monster. Now, who that could be, I don't know. For all we know, it could they could even remake Destroya's origin to say he's a space monster now, rather than, which I think would be kind of a detriment to the monster itself, if I'm being honest. I really do feel like it would just be a massive disservice to take away that piece of Destroya and make it, oh, he's not directly tied to Godzilla anymore. Now he's just a big space monster. what made Destroya so unique among what made him pretty unique among Godzilla's rogues gallery was that he's directly tied to the death of the original Godzilla, and was also built from the thing that killed him, that would kill him. So I feel like it would be a disservice just to make him big dumb space monster. I feel like you kind of need that, and they did have the oxygen destroyer in King of the Monsters, so it would be cool to cycle back to that at some point. Anyway, so that does leave, well, what other monster could it be? If we're going by, like, if it's a Monsterverse version of if it's a new Monsterverse version, and again, that's not confirmed, it's just a theory right now. It's just, we're just going by this hypotheticals and theories right now. If this is a classic monster getting the Monsterverse treatment, there's really only two candidates for that, right? Like, there's really only, like, you could argue, there's only two real monsters that could be. The first being, and this is the one I'm kind of leaning towards, Gigan. I really do think it would be Gigan who would be the next monster up, like the next space monster up. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Gigan can't carry his own movie. It can't carry his a villain role. I think he can. I think Gigan has enough power to him. He also has a unique enough He has unique enough abilities. He's got a lot going for him that are pretty damn good. So I think Gigan could definitely carry a new a whole movie as the antagonist. I think he's also a big enough threat for, Kong and Godzilla. Now the other one, and this is equally valid, but I kind of am like, doesn't make any sense unless they go with a different route. And I do have an idea for how to do this. It's going to be a little crazy, but stay with me. The other possible candidate of a classic Godzilla rogue villain is Space Godzilla. And it would be kind of odd because that origin hasn't happened yet. But again, different universe, different story, and I'll get to it. But Space Godzilla, we all know, can carry a film on his own, right? Like, we all know he can. Obviously, he did. So Space Godzilla would be a pretty neat threat. And also, if they did Space Godzilla, and you could do the same with Gigan, you bring in, like, aliens. Finally, fuck it, do aliens. You already have Mechagodzilla. You have machines that can go directly into Hollow Earth. You're clearly, and also, we already know Ghidorah is an alien in the Monsterverse. So just have it be that this could be the Monsterverse version of the Exilians from Planet X, or the Simians from Hunter M. Nebula, or the Bug Aliens from Godzilla vs. Gigan. And it could actually be really cool to deal with an extraterrestrial threat, because God knows Godzilla already does that all the time in the movies. So, that would be a neat, you've already gone that far, let's just have we've waited long enough, let's just finally have aliens. And I know someone's going to say, oh, having aliens in my giant monster movie with giant robots and also big monkey fist is too unrealistic. Get the fuck out. Fuck you. Where the fuck do you think you are right now? So I think it's just, fuck it, have aliens. And again, cycling back to what I said, this could be really cool. This could be a cool way to talk about, how you could get Monsterverse Space Godzilla, and same with Gigan. But how you could do Monsterverse Space Godzilla is have it that this alien force, whether it be a new alien race or like a Monsterverse version of the Exilians or what have you, you have them, they've been on Earth for decades and have been collecting data and have infiltrated Monarch, kind of like a secret invasion kind of thing, and have been collecting data on, Kong and Godzilla, especially Godzilla, and they've been sending it back to their world and using DNA and splicing it together with, other monsters and with their own crystal technology, and that's how we get Monsterverse Space Godzilla, is that he's like a clone of Godzilla. So that'd be kind of neat. Hell, you could probably do Gigan and Space Godzilla as tag team. I wouldn't be opposed to that. Why does that have to be only one monster? Also, like, but at the same time, I would not be opposed if we did a new monster. I'm always a proponent to new monsters because God knows, Bandai Movie Monsters also wants new toys rather than using the same I think toy collectors would prefer to have a new figure up there rather than Godzilla, but it's all purple. Just saying. Anyway, so I'm really excited. I hope we get more Godzilla. I was okay with it in Godzilla X Kong, New Empire, because Godzilla already had a Oscar-winning movie. It was okay for him to take the backseat and let Kong have this one. But this time around, let's have Godzilla be the forefront here. Anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this announcement? Are you think it'll be Space Godzilla or Gigan, new alien race? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.